Okay, we're working. Welcome, everybody. We're gonna do the thing. We're gonna do a compliment stream. I do that before I start drawing. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I feel like shit today. um, if you did not see my post on Blue Sky, um, I mopped works floors 6 times today to get them clean because I did not have the chemical we use that takes salt residue off the floor. Um, that's a whole fiasco that I'm not gonna go into. But I did it. Um, I work at a concert venue, and today, thank fuck, the building is closed. But, um, we had a large event yesterday because it is a concert venue slash a brewery, and that is when we put out a lot of specialty beers. Was yesterday was one of our events. We put a lot of specialty beers out. But on Mondays, every Monday, I cleaned the whole entirety of the campus by myself because I have a skeleton crew for a staff. So I had to take a minute and go have my mom put a pain patch on my back because it's been aching. But we will work on the doodle when I am done doing the compliments. I plan to try to do this once a month. I haven't decided how I want to keep doing this. Part of me thought of migrating it to my Discord so that if you guys want to submit stuff, you need to join my art Discord server that I run with Expression Bean, who is not here yet because he is out doing things with friends, but he will be here later. He is also my chat moderator, so yeah, Bestie will be here later. But my intention is to put these compliment streams out once a month. If I do them too often, I get kind of burned out and I start feeling like I'm saying the same things over and over. And I want to also do a bunch of stuff for the people that participated in my monthly palette challenge. I popped around and I asked every single person who did stuff for January if I had permission to talk about their work on stream, and I got quite a few of them to say yes. Some of them I don't think ever responded. I don't know if they just didn't see it or they didn't say anything. But I did not get a yes, so that means no. Because even if I'm saying nice things about their art on stream, I still feel like it's rude to talk about their art on stream without permission. That still feels rude, so we're not doing it. If they didn't say yes, then that means no. So for those of you who have not been here for my art compliment streams, this is how they work. I will put up an art share. I'll outright say this is a live compliment art share. I normally give it a couple days for people to have time to submit stuff. I close it the day of the stream, generally when I get out of work because it's a Monday. And then I will go down the list one by one and I will compliment the living shit out of your art. I do not critique your art. I do not tell you ways to improve. I do not tell you what is bad or whatever because it's not my place. My job here is to hype you up. So don't think that you're gonna put your art and then on stream I'm suddenly gonna just like be mean and be horrible. Oh, hold on. Tell me if that's better. I have a lot of stuff cranked way down. Hello, welcome. Welcome to both of you. I had a lot of stuff turned way down. And I normally have things pretty quiet because of games and stuff, so I must not have remembered to turn things back up. But no, you submit your art to me and I don't. I'm here to hype you up and tell you everything you did great, but I'm just not bound by a character limit. I can talk about it as much as I want. Um, so I also post the VOD to YouTube when I'm done, and then I post it to my Blue Sky. So if you ever miss it, don't freak out. It's just gonna go up later. Um, it's like yeah, this is the one I did last month. Um, so the first person that we have up is Royal Showdown, the Royal Showdown project. Um, and yeah, I've been staring at this one on and off since they submitted it. But I don't comment on anything and I don't like anything because I'm going to talk about them. Because if I sit here and I comment on things later, it like I don't know, I just don't do it so that I like my comments are fresh. And I will make your art big. I am in love with their art style. Um, their art style is very clean. It's very mid 2000s anime, 2010s anime. Um, I love how they use colored lines in their line art. Their art is extremely clean. I love how they draw expressions. Um, I love how they cell shade. It does. It looks really professional. It does. I do believe they're doing a comic. I do believe they're doing a web comic with this. And their characters are very alive. Um, all in all, their work is wonderful. I will always make it big because sometimes there's details you can't see if you don't make it big. Like they have a lot of little lines in their line work that are doing heavy lifting. Um, there's a lot of line variation in the line work, and that is doing a lot of heavy lifting. And God, I love the way they do shine in the hair. I really, and I love the way they did the title for their project because it has a lot of personality and typography is actually very important. I really love how they did the logo for their project. They said it's still one of their most favorites, and I can see why this picture would be one of their favorites. Then Key is back. They have been here quite a few times for my art shares. Their work always is very painterly, is the word I want. It always has it feels more painterly and less acrylic than it used to. Back last year, when I was doing these in January a year ago, it was very acrylic looking, and it still looks painty, but I can see the changes they've made in their art style. I really like how they do eyes now, and I really like how they do faces. The way they've done faces from a year ago to today has shifted, but the characters still look like themselves. And I've always loved the texture that they put into their work. Yeah, their work has grown in a year, and I can see it. And it's always good work to see. Okay, I know Shunky didn't come because it's way too late where he is. But it's been a hot minute since he used to be in here. He used to be in the ones I did a year ago. And it's been a hot minute since he has given me anything. So his line work and he's shifted because he has two styles. He has a line style and he has a lineless style, and both of them are immaculate. And this, he's made like a third style where it's almost blended the two together. The way he renders has always been wonderful. And I've always loved the way that he does eyes. This is his Sona character. This is actually a redraw of an old picture. I was digging through his page. This is a redraw of an old picture, and The difference between that one and this one are a lot. The improvement is big. I love the pattern in the background for the wallpaper. I love the chair. I love the way the chair is drawn so that it actually works as a border around the character. I love the way he rendered the metal. I love that there's the faint hair down the bare arm. And the texture that's on the vest. I like the way the button-up shirt is folding against the body. The tablet is also extremely believable. It looks just like the one sitting in front of me. I'm weak for screenless tablets, so I know them well. Yeah, I love we've got piercings, we've got texture. See, we've even got a little screw here. We've got all this detailing. This is why I make them big, because you can't see that when it's zoomed out. I love the wood texture of the desk, too. This is also fantastic work, and I am happy to see Shunky in my list again. This one. Fruits was here last. Thank you for following. I appreciate that. Fruits was here last month, and he did not write it in his thing, but I need to point it out for everyone who does not know. All Fruits work is done with a mouse. Everything he does is done with a mouse. These are the 6 main characters in his Zek and Zip series, and all of their personality traits are in the alt text. That's why I ask people to use alt text for me. His work is so clean, even more so for it being done with a mouse. I also do things with a mouse, not as much as I used to, but that was how my entire digital art journey started, so I know how difficult it is. And you definitely master the craft. I love that all of the characters very much have their own personality, and you can see that in just one image. They're all cohesive, they all look like they belong to each other. So yeah, main protagonist. So Zek, Zip, Robin, Grubby, Kayla, and Vince. I appreciate this all being written out for me. Yeah, all of his work is done with a mouse, and it's so clean. It's always so clean. It's always a joy to see. It has such personality. It always makes me so happy to see his work. Okay, we have Abby M. Craft. I can't remember if they were here last month, but I know they're in art shares a lot, and that's why it's all blurring in my brain. Because I do tell them a lot how much I love their traditional work. And all of their work is traditional, all of it. And honestly, like, we gotta make that bigger. I was gonna say, there's a lot of detail in the bodice of that dress. Yes, just done with a computer mouse. But we don't know. There might be a mouse under his hat. So yeah, there's a lot of detail in that dress. And the pose, I love the pose because it's so readable. You know exactly that she's dancing. Like, it's a really readable pose. I love the dress. I love the little sparkles up in the corner. I love that it's, like, almost drawn like a framed picture. Inspired by a plastic figurine version of 2018 Ballet Wishes Barbie. This is why I appreciate alt text, not because it is just because it's inclusive for my visually impaired buddies, but, Mouselangelo, yes, I love puns and named fun names. Yes, awesome, fantastic. Welcome to the party. You understand the assignment. Um, Thank you for following. We share the same humor. Oh, welcome to the family. Um, um, no, this is wonderful work, and I hope that I see more of it next month. Solid. Um, Solid has been faithfully following along, producing fantastic art on their page for God, it's been a year and a half. Since I'm well, obviously it's been longer than that, but I mean like we've been following each other for like a year and a half. And Solid over here is like the master of fucking gel pen. And see, like, that's the thing. Zoomed out, like, I didn't even really tell that this was on lined paper, but then zoomed in, I was like, oh, it's on lined paper. You hid the lines again. And I saw this in another art share, and the phases of the gun being drawn for the arm are there, and I am in love with it. I thought that was so smart to, like, show that motion. I love the way all the pens were used. I can tell. This is gel pen work. Right? This is all gel pen work. And if you don't follow Solid, I recommend you go do that. Not just because they do fantastic gel pen work on, not just because they do fantastic gel pen work and they use lined paper a lot, and they're very good at incorporating the lines of the lined paper into their work, but they also do a lot of gel penned work on black paper, and they are like an absolute master at the craft of using that black paper to accentuate their lighting. Like, their black paper work always blows my fucking mind. So if you're not following Solid, go do that. And their colors are always so bold. I love their work. Sarah is back. Sarah was here last month. And it's still a work in progress, but would like to enter it anyway. The head on the image is finished, but cropped body is not. Their work is always insane. Sarah's rendering is just fucking insane. Last month was a dragon. I get this month. I love seeing the new. Oh, I got alt text too. Bird-like fantasy monster, porcupine quills sticking out of the feathers on the top of its head. Its feathered neck. Yeah, okay, cool. Thank you for top tier alt text. We need to make it big so you guys can actually see, like, this rendering is always fucking insane. Like, all of the detail in that eye, all of the details in the itty bitty feathers that go all the way around the eye. And like, I used to have a peach-faced lovebird, and that's how the feathering actually works. They get really, really tiny up close to the eye. And like, just the detailing and the time it takes to do this, and like, their work is always so fucking cool. All of this detailed texturing that's done out on the tongue, like, their work is just always top tier. I 100% recommend you go follow them. They're fantastic work. Okay, LDD was here last month. I consistently love to tell them how much I love the way they draw faces. I love the way they draw faces. I absolutely do. The way they do faces and eyes is just always so very captivating. They also get, like, really itty-bitty detailed in their line work. So, like, there's the itty-bitty dots that are going into this, and then, like, this has got this galaxy texture going on. They get really... And, like, see, the stitching is right here. So, like, see, and then this, like... You can't see all of the detailing in this unless you get big. I'm very pro, like, please zoom in on people's work. We put those details there for a reason. See, and like there's all of this extra detailing, and there's texturing there, and there's, come on, go back. See, and then we have the patterning here. Um, it all comes together so nicely. Um, and it definitely, like, I don't know how every time they do it, but no matter how they color it, the way they do it always makes me look directly at the face. I always look whatever character they make directly in the face. And I love the flow of her hair. I love her lipstick. I love her wings. The little bee is super cute. Um, it's all around just fantastic work. And yeah, keep giving it to me. I love to see it. Um, Alexander, uh, I'll share this recent piece I did, a contemplative piece of my wife's Star Wars character Vivia reflecting on her past. Dude, I see this character on my feed friggin' constantly, and it always just makes me so happy to be like, there's my people's Blorbos. Like, I love seeing other people's OCs because it's the characters that make you guys happy, and it makes me happy. See, and that's what it is. I know some people watch me on mobile, and like my best friend, who will be here later, is visually impaired. So yeah, I zoom in. Um, so like, close. So yeah, because that's the thing. Like, there's this detailing here. You have all the cross hatching going on for when the dirt marks are. There's cross hatching there for the dirt marks. You can really see the fear in this character's face. It makes me wonder what happened in the past. Um, I that is a wonderfully contemplative look. I do like how they did this background right here, where it's like enough that your brain can fill in the details of what this is, but it doesn't need to be overly detailed. Um, because being overly detailed would when he gets here, you'll have to ask him. He describes it to me as being in a white haze almost all the time. Um, so yes, alt text is my friend. I always use my alt text. We are inclusive as possible here. Um, Disabled people are welcome. I'm also disabled. I'm just not visually impaired. I am, but not like that. I just have a really bad astigmatism in both eyes. Um, and like, I like how they drew the expressions are what's getting me with this one. That like they really hit home with what. See, and my brain's going, what? Oh, do I have? Reflecting on the past, Order 66, the day the Jedi Order fell, and thousands of Jedi along with it, including her Padawan. It's been decades since, and some years can meld with others, but that day, the day she failed to protect her Padawan, the day she nearly lost her arm, the day she barely survived the blaster fire and the clone troopers that once were her allies. She remembers every moment of that day. So yeah, no, I definitely would fucking remember that shit too. Thank you for giving me a little bit of lore. Um, so yeah, this is also wonderful work. Now we have Ava, and she says that Blow is the main villain of my upcoming webcomic Soulstar. Their name is Level Black, an undead killer fueled by revenge. Lovemo will stop at nothing until they're reunited with their wife once more. Interesting. A feminine figure made up of orange marker and Sharpie. I was gonna say that's traditional. Of orange marker and Sharpie. Their skin is covered in black veins resembling cracks. The bottom of their body twists and morphs into multiple eyes and pairs of teeth. I was gonna say there's a lot going on here, and that's traditional. I was gonna say that's marker, but I really like how they used it. I am very curious about this character. There's a lot going on just in one picture, and it definitely makes me want to know more about them. Like, why are they undead? Why are they fueled by revenge? What happened? I really like how the lapels on their jacket are not straight. The lapels on a jacket are this. That collar that comes down on a suit jacket, those are called lapels. And I love how they're all curved and twisted and they're not straight. I like how we're using black veins to resemble cracks. Because it definitely gives that, like, something's off and broken kind of thing. The teeth and the eyes are definitely reminding me of Pride from Full Metal Alchemist. In the best way possible. I mean that in a full compliment, because FMA is my favorite anime. If that wasn't already apparent. I love how the blue was used against the orange. I love that this was done with Sharpie. Simplistic, beautiful things can... Simplistic materials can make beautiful things. Yeah, I really like this. I like it a lot. Alex, you're up. Alex comes in. Alex was here last month. Alex has, like, the most insane perspective I've ever seen. Does a lot of superheroes. This is the Incredible Power Man. Likes to... I like to do art, comics, and I say dumb stuff. This is my OC, the Incredible Power Man. They do a lot of, like, Spider-Man and comics and, like, Western comics, and they always do it fantastic. I'm really digging the whole pink theme. You don't see pink very often. I'm digging this pink theme. I really like how they did the hair. You always know how to do things in a way that conveys the physical form and weight of the body very well. Like, the body has mass. And, like, I can feel in my brain when I look at it the physical mass and weight of the character. And I mean that in the best compliment as I can possibly give you. It means that it's not just, like, a flat object on the page. Like, there's a physical mass. It's a 3D object in my brain when I look at it. And I'm really digging this pink theme so much. I like the background, that it's simple, but there's, like, that texture there, so it doesn't make your eyes get bored. I'm really digging this one. I don't see this OC very often. I'm normally seeing fan art, so, like, maybe we need to draw the OC some more, too. Normally in art shares I see fan art. Let's also see some OC. More of this. More of this. Oh, Alex also has a thing where every time he posts every starter pack that he has for awesome artists. So if you're looking for people to follow, just go find his comment and scroll down, because he posted all 5 packs. He does it every time. Which I think is fantastic and super supportive of him. So yeah, they're all there. Okay, now we are on to Red Violet Panda. This is something they did this month, so it would have been January. Yes, green. I admit it, I was looking at this one a little bit ago. It's a goblin core themed unicorn, complete with a messy wild green mane full of bugs and leaves and mushrooms, stand against a glade within a darkened forest surrounded by mushrooms and mossy rocks. Okay, the first thing I thought of this, when the first time I saw it, and I mean this as the best compliment as I can give it, is it feels very Studio Ghibli. In, like, the best way possible. I could believe this as a Studio Ghibli Pokemon fusion. And, like, I mean that in the best compliment ever. I love the color scheme. And, like, hold on, we gotta do the zoom in game again. You can't see all of this detail cross-hatching in the trees. Like, the character. And the character stands in the forefront, as they should. But, like, there is all of this detailing in the background. And, like, the brushes used to do the moss. Dude, there's a whole pattern over the entire page. And it's the best, funkiest little pattern I've ever seen. I really like the bugs. They're really cute. I also love how they drew the eye. It's very simple, but it's very effective. It still conveys the emotion it should. And see, like, look at all the little dots on the snail. You can't see that zoomed out. Dude looks like a forest-wise creature, but in reality, very silly. Like, there's so, see, and then even down there, the hoof is there, but it's hidden behind all of the grass, and, like, there's so much texturing and detail in this. It's so cool. They did a really good job with this one. I really like this one a lot. Draw this character more. I like this one. I mean, I like your other work too, but, like, I really like this one. It's fun, and it's, like, friendly, and, like, I don't know, like, I just like this one a lot. It's cute. Okay, now we are to, Cena. And, God, you're giving me fucking backgrounds, dude. I'm gonna talk about your characters. I will always talk about your characters, but we're gonna talk about backgrounds. Like, we have hardcore backgrounds going on. And, like, dude, that shit takes a long time. Oh, see, there's even a ripped picture. The picture's ripped. It's missing. The corners of the picture are there, but it's missing. The picture got ripped, like it got torn down. And then you got fairy lights going on. You got the buttons and the buttonholes. You got all the itty-bitty text that should be underneath all the labels. As someone who works in a fucking brewery, well, a bar / restaurant / concert venue, and sees alcohol bottles on the fucking daily, they're all on fucking point. You even got the percent by volume in there. You're even getting the ABV in there. So props for that. Like, the details are there. I like how all the translucent stuff is overlaying over itself. Yeah, like, we've even got the ABV going on, so, like, props for the realism. Now we can go back out. And that's the thing, like, I love the character. I'm also gonna state that, it's their firstly, drawing of my OC Oliver mixing a drink at his bar. Behind him are cabinets with different bottles and drinks. Yeah, but there's also a ripped picture. What's up with that? There's some lore we're not getting told. But I also want to state that, like, again, saying that I work at a bar, on point for what almost everybody I know who works at that bar looks like. On point. Like, blends in. 100% believable. Right down to the gauged ears and tattoos. And we got, like, nose piercings, and we got a lip piercing, and we got a little bit of ear piercing up here. I absolutely know someone at work who has almost that haircut. And work even sells flannel shirts. So, yeah, I'm vibing with this. I like how they drew their eyes. I like how they did the glasses. I really do love that they threw in gauged ears. I'm digging the flannel. And those are really good hands. Can we talk for a minute about how good they drew those hands? We all know as artists, every single one of us hates drawing hands. I hate drawing hands. Sometimes I take a picture of my own hand just to have proper reference. We all hate hands. Those are great hands. absolutely am digging this one. There's a lot going on. Like, you just look at the character and you just glance at it and it just looks simple, but it is not. So yeah, exactly. Hands interacting with each other is the hardest thing ever. This looks great. Exactly. Hands suck. We all agree hands suck. And this is wonderful. Keep it up. But I really want to know what's going on with that torn picture. I really want to know what's going on with that torn picture. You can't just have that itty bitty blot of lore in there and not tell me what's going on. Okay, now we are to G. I think I said that right. G-E? G? If I said it wrong, I apologize. And they said this is one of their latest arts. Oh, hold on. We gotta make this big. First off, digging the magazine cover vibe. What I was gonna say, there is detailing going on. There is texturing going on. Dude, look at the light. Hold on. Let me rephrase that. Boop. Look at the lacing. You're also going to get comments that come out of me for, hold on, context of Kira for a minute. I'm a cosplayer, which means yeah, Rogue instead of Vogue. But, no problem. You're fine. But, context of Kira for a minute, so you understand some of the comments that come out of my mouth. I'm a cosplayer, and I make my costumes. I have been sewing since I was 14, so that means that means I've been sewing since I was 4. Oh, I just realized that was 24 years. I've been sewing for 24 years of my life. And I worked as a professional seamstress, like, in the industry for, like, 3 years, sewing for fraternities. So, when I make comments about clothes, I'm also making them from the aspect of I know how they're put together, and I know how to make them. And that's why I was like, the lacing! Because the lacing is very accurate. The lacing and the corseting and the boning channels are there, and they took the time to draw in every single eyelet. The fabric rendering is wonderful. The seam lines that should be there are there. That dress. I wish you could see that I'm, like, doing the perfect, fantastic, perfect kiss thing with but my VTuber will not show you that. And, like, the belting, and then there's detailing on this belting, the way they did all of the belt holes. The fur on the boots. The boots are hanging on the leg. They're on the body. I love this, the zipper. Oh, the clothing is so good. Like, I really love the hair, and I really love the faces, but sorry, I'm a seamstress, so I really focus in on the clothes sometimes, because I make them. And, like, I really love how they used, like, ruddy brown tones in the blonde. I really like how they did the makeup, too. And I really like how they have a very distinct way of drawing faces. And I mean that in, like, the sense that it's very... It's a very personalized way of drawing a face. So, like, it's their style. And it's that I would look at that face and go, oh, that's G's work. So now zooming out a little bit so I can talk about the fact of it as a whole. It's definitely giving the magazine vibes hardcore. And I was saying earlier that typography is important, and they definitely slammed the typography. I am digging this. There's so much good going on here. Fantastic work. Come back next month. So I can praise you again. We are now to Funny Fox Boy. Yes. Yeah, that is yes. That is exactly what just happened. We are to Funny Fox Boy, Probably won't make the stream, but I still want to be a part of this. Here's the art I made for a Discord friend. Um, Drawing of a genie with light black hair and a blue tail coming out of a lamp, smugly looking over to a pen writing tally mark on the scroll labeled AMB wishes. AMB in this context means $1,000,000. Common wishes. Yeah, that okay, I follow the joke. How many times this person has had someone wish for $1,000,000, because they're a genie. I mean, dude, then it would have to get tiring as being a genie and constantly have someone just wish for money. I like that they nailed the expression. I like the background color that got chose to be a B for it, because some background colors would have made everything blend in. So, for my people that are not, visually impaired, there is a phenomenon in the world called muddy color. And sometimes, if colors are too close to each other, they will become muddy, and they will be hard to differentiate from each other. I know that is something that Bestie tells me a lot, is that sometimes art is, when he looks at certain art, especially if it doesn't have alt text, it's difficult for him to see because he can only see certain colors. So they all kind of blend together. So that's why I like that yellow was chose against the blue, because it makes a good barrier so that the character stands out more. So I really appreciate that. I really do appreciate the expression, though, and that does probably get extremely exhausting to have someone wish for $1,000,000 as a genie. I am surprised that we're only up to 24. Oh, okay, we are up to, Real Fang Customs. They were here last month. They are getting around my One Piece only rule, because these do make One Piece. I get it, why they're put together, because together they create one picture. You get past the rule. It counts. And I love the personality in your characters. I love the way you render color. And, like, they do all have such personality. It was a commissioned... It was their second commissioned art completed. The request was to draw 3 Magic the Gathering green ooze card tokens. The oozes are 3 brothers who are into bodybuilding. The 3 token card art can be combined into a bigger illustration. Yeah, I can see the bodybuilding. I can see... And I love that they're brothers. I love that they're, like, bros. Bodybuilding bros. You gotta have something to connect with. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. You can see that personality. It just makes me smile just looking at it. It's beautiful. It's fantastic work. I'm wishing you more commissions. I'm wishing more commissions on you. I hope you get more work. We are at, She Panda. We're gonna be quick about this one because I'm not political on my channel, but I'm gonna be honest. I fucking feel it. And I agree. I admit it, I'm an American, and I'm ashamed to be an American right now. I get what you're trying to say. Please keep doing this kind of thing. Please keep speaking out. You broke my rules, so I'm skipping you. Context, I wrote at the very beginning of this that if you gave me more than 1 piece, I would ignore you. Because I feel like giving me more than 1 piece when everyone else is giving me 1 piece is rude and cheating. That's why I request 1 piece, because I get a lot of entries and I'm only going to talk about 1. You have next month to give me something new. And I wrote write in the rules, if you give me more than one piece, I will ignore you. So I'm sure their work is wonderful, but please follow my rules. Now we are at Mr. Wolf Arts. He picked his Doodlemon fan art will do. It has a special value since it's my favorite Digimon. There's a very interesting story behind it. Yeah, what's the story? Did you give me the story? This is the fan art I made during Doraemon from Digimon franchise. It's featured using its signature attack, launching a metallic ball from its mouth. The background and the projectile are blurred a little to invoke sensation of movement. Yeah, but you're not giving me the story. What's the story? But, okay, another admission, I'm not a Digimon fan. I have nothing against it. I just tried so hard to get into it when I was a kid, and I failed miserably. It just wasn't for me. I don't think it's bad. I also have not tried to watch it again since I was an adult. But, I don't think it's bad. It's just not a franchise I know a lot about. I do think the art is pretty. And they really rendered fur out on this thing. Hold on, we gotta do the zoom in game. Boop. Oh yeah, there you go. Okay, hold on, I'm gonna talk about that in a friggin' minute. You can really see that they didn't just render out the fur, but they rendered it in the direction in which the light would hit the face. So props for that. They made it look so fluffy. And like, they did the fur all through the rendering. And they didn't do flat line art to further give the fluffy feeling. Props. This is really good. Okay, yeah, no, this is the other thing that we gotta talk about. The background is warped. And the little teeths! The little teethers! But the background is warped. Not just are we giving motion from the blur, but the background is warping. So, like, all you can see right there, I'm gonna follow with my mouse, you can see it right here, that it's not just blurred out, it's also warping so that the background's not flat, so it gives that real anime vibe of, like, see, it's not a straight line. Like, real gives that anime vibe of, like, an energy blast. And, like, even though Digimon is not my current bag, because I just never got into it, I was raised in the 90s on old school anime. So, like, that's old school anime effects 101. Props. Love it. Come back next month. Give me more. This is sub W1. They say they have a draw this in your style on their pin, so go check that out. They gave me this with no alt text and no context. They just threw a picture at me. So we've got looking like a little demon girl with horns and red eyes, and dude, they got real detail with the background. And they got a lot of texture going on in the sky, and I appreciate that. It prevents the eyes from going bored. They've also got a lot of texture going on in this, and it's a really fun, interesting texture. Hold on. Like, I know some of you said you were on mobile, so hold on. I got you. Boop. See, it's this real fun, like, liney, motiony texture. And it definitely makes it feel more organic, especially because the outside lines aren't flat. They're chipped in and they look more like leaves. It is I think their line art's all textured too. I think they used a textured brush for their line art. They did. I like that. I like the textured brush. And again, I said it before. Typography is important. This is Necropolis, so this is definitely the underworld. It's definitely got that Greek vibe, Greek underworld Hades vibe. And I'm digging it. I love it. I also love it when people put texture in their work. I absolutely love it when people put texture in their work. Do it all the time. I love it. It's beautiful. I love how they did all the lighting too. This is cool. This is cool. Next time, write some alt text and give you some lore. Tell me what's going on. Dude, buildings are a lot harder than most people think. And actually, speaking of, the stairs. The stairs are so evenly spaced. The stairs are so evenly spaced. Props. Absolutely beautiful. Fantastic work. But next time, please give me some lore. I want to know what's going on. Who are they? What's going on? What's their name? What's happening? Tell me the story. Okay, this one... Oh, okay, I did stare at this one for a little bit, for a minute, not gonna lie. This one is from Key, the drummer from Fife. And they say, this isn't mine. It's something my wife designed for a tattoo. I figured I'd share it anyway. She draws all of her ink designs, and this is probably my favorite of the 5 tattoos she has. That's fucking adorable. That's absolutely adorable. Also, props to people with tattoos. Again, more Kira lore. I think tattoos are some of the most badass things on the face of this earth. Am I terrified to get one myself because I just don't think I could have needles going on that long? Yes. Tattoos on my body? No thank you. Tattoos on everyone else's? Awesome. Wonderful. Fantastic. Love to see it. Live your wildest dreams. No, that's cute as fuck. God, it's so fucking cute. I want to see the rest of them now. Like, if she's got 5 tattoos, what are the other ones? I appreciate that you came in to be like, look at how awesome my wife's work is. Cool. Please keep being a supportive partner. I love that. I love this work. The tattoo artist you found too did a fantastic job doing it. So yeah, all around, this is fantastic work. Wonderful. Great. Keep it up. Now, we are to Dork Fruit. So, firstly, that is a fantastic screen name. I'm down with the name Dork Fruit. Fantastic. On to your art. This is a draw this in your style. They say they do mostly horror art. I love how you shade with black. That's very comic booky. I also love the texture in your work. This definitely does feel underwater. You toned this fantastically. It does feel very creepy, I'm not gonna lie. Horror's not my jam, so I'm definitely like, ooh, this is kind of creepy. I love the lighting. God, there's so much texture in this, and I really like it. I do love the color palette. It's very eye-catching, and the way the tentacles are in there definitely work as leading lines that keep dragging me back to her face. So that is wonderfully executed. Fantastic composition. I also love all the little, like, bubbles and the way they're used, and, like, there's a vignette going around that keeps the darkness on the outside, so it makes the inner part brighter. Wonderful. Now, they'd like to make fan arts and commissions. I'm sorry I can't read your name. They gave me a fan art from Persona 5. Oh, that's cute as fuck. Admittedly, I never beat Persona 5. But that's just because there's personal issues with that. But the art, cute as fuck. I like how you draw eyes. I like how you draw hair. I don't know how to say... I mean this as a compliment. Your art feels like a marshmallow. It feels very, like, puffy, cloudy, soft. And, like... Like, it feels like I could put my hand on their hair and it would be very, like, soft and fluffy. I like how you did all of the lighting in the hair, too. Hold on, my mobile peeps. Because it's in shapes. All of the lighting in the hair is in shapes. It's not just straight across or following the motion of the hair. It's all in diamonds and hearts. And I like that a lot. I love how you draw eyes. They're so pretty. Your hands are also really fucking awesome. Awesome. Just... This is so cute. I'm digging it. I love it. Your art is fucking awesome. Okay, we are down to Eccentric Radiant. Here's the piece they did of Johnny Joestar from JoJo Part 7. Their goat. More Akira context. I never got into JoJo. I know it's super, super big. Never got into it. Dude, right? The hair lighting has such a fantastic subtle design element. It's beautiful. Yeah, okay. So, admittedly, I don't have reference of this character in my brain. I have reference for the art style of JoJo in my brain, but not this character. That doesn't mean I can't appreciate the work. Yeah, dude, there's a lot of little things going on in this. They drew out so many stars. There's a lot of, like, little lines in the face that are doing some heavy lifting. They did really good with the form. There's so many stars and they hand drew all that shit. Those are really good hands, too. Especially the one that you have in perspective is the word I want, because it's not foreshortened, it's going backwards. And you did really good making the illusion of that arm going backwards. The hand in front of the face is also an excellent hand. I really like the background. The background is simplistic, but it's enough that, again, it's doing that. It's a orange-based red. So it's doing the job of making the blues pop because they're complementary colors. So it's making everything in the foreground pop even more because the background is its complement. Admittedly, I actually do that little trick a lot. And I like that the sun in the background is not pure yellow or glowing because it's doing that thing that it does when the sky turns red. And it's giving that, like, almost doomy feeling that you get in the sky when the sun's not absolutely bright. It also gives that illusion that there's, like, a little bit of a haze in front of the sun because you can't see the white light of it. There's a lot of motion going on, too. And I appreciate the motion. Yeah, you guys really turned up this month, but we're not done yet. That's everybody that came for the art share, but we're not done yet, because like I said, I asked all the people that participated in January's monthly palette drawings if I could compliment their work, and quite a few of them said yes. So, now we get to do a special edition. Okay, also, fun fact, if you guys didn't know, I use the pin post on my Blue Sky like a filing cabinet. So it's full of posts that I keep dropping in it so I don't lose them. So, like, every piece of art that has ever been commissioned by me and or gifted to me and or given to me is right here. Right here in that post. I keep them there So I have a little gallery I can find forever. And also this post, if you click on the main post, you go to my individual palette challenge, which is open right now. So if you'd like me to give you a random palette to work in, you can ask for one. But if you click on this part of the post, it gives you the gallery of everyone who's ever participated and given me back the result. Because why would I not show off the work you guys are doing in the challenge? I'm throwing colors at you and you're making cool shit. Why would I not show it off? So this is the gallery of what everybody has done. So here is the gallery I did so that I can keep track of everyone who participated in the January palette. But one person doesn't have quotes enabled, so I can't save it. So we gotta go to the hashtag. I do believe they told me yes. Yes, they told me yes. Cool. So this is Raven. They told me yes, I can talk about their work. For context, I think they quoted it. Yes. For context, this was the palette that I gave the community to work with last month. I said, here's your palette. You must draw a character. I don't care if you make one up, if it's an existing character, or you draw one of your OCs. But you can only use these colors, and if your art program can do it, so like blend modes, overlays, etc., I don't care, that's legal. You just can't use colors that don't exist in this palette. But that means if you use blend modes to create new colors, that's legal. Your art program can do it. Have at it. So this is the palette that everybody's working with. February's is up if you want it. I think I've posted it like 6 times on my thing. So this is what Raven made with it. And they said they were going for the strawberry chocolate vibes, and they wanted to make a character to fit that image. One of the things about the monthly palette that just I absolutely love is, I think I had like 12 people do it last month, but it was new, and I kind of just sprung it on you guys, so I'm not surprised. I thought 12 people was cool. I thought one person was cool. But I love seeing how this community has taken me going, here's colors, play with them. And you guys did such different things. You all saw the same colors, but you made such different stuff, and it was so cool. So I can't wait to see what you guys do with February. Crank out some cool things for me, please. I had one person tell me they're going to make a rug with February's, and I was like, I'm sorry, what? But yeah. This is what they did with these colors. They made this. They did strawberry chocolate vibes, and there is lots of detailing and lots of texturing in their work. I love how, they used orange to do a lot of the blushing and a lot of the shading. And, they went very pink dominant. And I like that. I'm giving them white because I know they just used the background that they were drawing on. But I love how they used the colors in this. I also love the character's face. I love that they wrote strawberry chocolate. I must make a character. And she is giving me strawberry chocolate vibes. Fantastic work. Please do something this month. I really like the texturing too they did with the shading. They used the colors so cool. Okay, hold on. Next. Roki told me yes, right? Absolutely told me yes. Right, yeah, strawberry shortcake character. Okay, this is, Rosie? I'm sorry if I said your name wrong. They said it was their OC Arcadia. No, I said that wrong. Aradia? It's their OC, and again, they had the same colors. And they did this. They went a very pink and orange dominant. They used the dark shades to create that banister. They used the purest part of the dark shade to create the shadows for the birds. it's very watercolory. It's giving watercolor. I tend to use blending modes a lot when painting, so I hope it's okay to use a color palette loosely. Yes, that's what I wanted you to do! Yes, we're doing the color palette now. Anybody who told me yes is who we're doing, because I did have some people not answer me, so I take that as a no. But it's very watercolory, and I love how they used the colors. I went from strawberry shortcake chocolate vibes to watercolor, and it's beautiful. I also really love how they did all the flowing of the hair. But that sky, man, that sky just kills me. It's fantastic. Now, I know Allison told me yes. Yeah, they were the one who said that their time zone was not there, and I was like, dude, watch the VOD. They cranked this one out pretty fast. They did this late. Yeah, this was the 29th. This was a last minute entry. Yes! That is exactly what happened. You are correct. We went from strawberry shortcake to lesbian flag colors. And it's beautiful. Yeah, they did what did they say? Limited palette freed me from needing to choose colors myself while also forcing my hand to blend with blending modes, a pleasant challenge. And that's the thing I'm trying to do. I'm giving you guys palettes not just to like see what you guys make with it, but I'm also trying to get you guys to push your art programs as far as you can make that bad boy go. I can't wait to see what you guys are doing by December. Because I do have palettes already made up for the entire year. And I love how they used pink to do the lighting. They used pink to do all the like lighting on the sword. They are also very painty, very painterly, with it. And I love how they used orange in the back here to do all the lighting. I love how they did the lighting. The eyes are very striking in this one too. I also love that they made it their profile picture. Hey, thank you for coming in. The VOD for the rest of it will be on my, page, so you're not gonna miss anything. I'll put the VOD up when I'm done. Thank you for popping in, I appreciate you. Thank you for following. Yeah, I love how they did the lighting. I love how they used other colors. They used the light colors to create a base, but then they also sometimes used them to create light. And they did the lighting in this one. Awesome. I will. This is Lunette. I know she told me yes. Yes, she did. Lunette only does, this is their OC, Lunette, and they've done the individual palette challenge too, and every time they do a palette challenge, they just do this character, but they keep doing her in different palettes. So I think it's really fun to consistently keep seeing this character in different colors, and I love to see how they're being used. I love the little heart that's coming off right here. I love the soft expression. Like, their work is so soft. Tell me more about this character. I want to know about her. I love the way they draw hair. I love all the fuzzy. I love the wings. I love the light pink color that was created for the background. I love the very, very faint makeup. Boop! The very, very faint makeup. So you see the blush on the nose and the blush under the eyes and the little bit on the lips. I just love how they use the palette so much. It's so pretty. Dion. Well, that's mine. This is what I did with the palette. I drew a Rinko. I drew the king. Then, I believe I was told yes. I was not told anything, so this isn't this one. That one I know I did not get a response. Yes, this one, wait, I got a response. So, this person, hold on. We're on, Frez, and, they always do crazy shit with palettes, and it's so cool. They did the individual palette too, and I gave them like a really hard palette, and they slammed it out of the park. Well, they did it again. I love how they use the palette, and every color you can tell which colors were in the palette. But yeah, they went. They just slammed it. And like I said, this is what I think is super cool. You guys all had the same colors, but you all used them so differently. Some people went really painty, some people went really blendy, some people, like, you could see every single freaking color and they didn't blend shit. But they all work. And, like, there's so many little details in here. Like, a book about whatever. And, like, there's a skateboarding dude on a shirt, and, like, they slammed this shit. There's so much depth and environment and just life chilling in this picture. And they just looked at, like, every color I gave them, and they were like, bet, let's go. Like, I can't wait to see what they do with February's. I can't wait to see, like, a whole collection from January to December of all the palette work they do this year. It's gonna be gorgeous. Their work is fantastic. See, and they did it so that you could have bigger versions. You could zoom in on the bigger things. So it was split. That's why I caught a book about whatever. But they did such a good job. This, just beautiful. Cool. So this is a Sunflower Pirate Art. They gave me this pretty early no, this was mid-month. I'm not gonna lie, I checked that tag like a little kid all month long of like, did someone do something new? I get so excited. And they did this, and I love how they have a line, but they used it to color on top of it. It looks very vector. Yeah, I love how the background blends in with the character. I love how they did that. And I love how, like I said, it looks very vector art. I love that hat. I am in love with that hat. I love how they used very subtle to do the face. And, like, I was gonna say, that's where they snuck the red in, on the brim, on the band of the hat and the eyes. And they did such a good job. And, like, everything it's very simplistic, but still has depth of form. So, like, fantastic. Wonderful. Cook me up something awesome this month, too. Now to you, my Elric. I was so excited when this popped up in my feed. I think it's super cute. I think you did fantastic. I'm happy that you came and you clarified questions in Discord. And I love her hair. You're very welcome. And give me more art, and I'll keep giving you kind words. Yeah, I think her hair is super cute. I love her dress. I love all the ruffles on her dress. I love all... And again, speaking as a seamstress, her dress is constructed absolutely beautiful. I love how you used the colors to do the background. I loved that you used every color, and I can tell where they all are. I just... It feels very... Candyland? Like, in the best way. Like, it feels like she could be a player character and a child's board game. And I mean that in the, like, best way possible. She'd just blend right in. She's really cute, and I like her. I like her a lot. This one, I know they told me yes. Yes, because I explained to them that I thought not asking would be rude. And they This is, Evie? If I said your name wrong, I'm so sorry. They said that when they tackle palette challenges, they tend to work in grayscale first. So they use everything by dark to light. And I was like, yeah, I tackle palette challenges like that too. That I do them by value and less by what they are. So I can definitely tell that this was done with tone and value and how, in the way it was built up. One, the character themselves is just fucking striking. And like that eye is just looking back at you. Like, I definitely saw this and was like, yo, that's fire as fuck. I love how the hair hangs. The hair has a different complete set of weight comparative to the rest of the body. I love that it's so zoomed in. Like, this one I definitely was like, whoa. Fantastic work. That eye is so striking. Yeah, I did not get lore. I got good alt text, but not lore. Fantastic work. So yeah, they said it was their quick warm up and their silly little palette made it work somehow. Yeah, you definitely made it work, dude. It fucking beautiful. Then, okay, cool, because I really wanted to talk about this one, dude. We have all of this happen, and then, like, let me zoom out so that you can actually see the whole thing. We had all this stuff go on, and now we've got to a koi mermaid. Dude, never in my life would have I, like, connected koi and mermaid and, like, put them together. But I saw that one go up, and it was, like, right at the beginning of the month, and I was like, dude, that's cool as shit. That's fantastic. Dude, I never would have put koi and mermaid together, but here you guys are being creative as hell. Dude, that's super friggin' cool. And I love that the colors have been made lighter by the use of opacity. Please do that. Like, push program. The whole concept of it, of just like a koi mermaid, I was like, dude. And then, I know Brittany told me yes. Yes. Now we have Brittany, who's already done with February, mind you. Firstly, Brittany's like fast as fuck. I don't know how she cranks out art as quick as she does, but she is like fucking on fire. She cranked out February's the same day I posted it, which was yesterday. I posted that shit when I got to work. And by the time I got home, she already had shit up. So, like, on fire. But also, like, dude, I got Fluttershy right off the bat. Dude, fuck yeah. I also did not look at that palette and think Fluttershy. But I definitely can see it once it was done. I think it's cute as shit. I think Brittany's art is adorable. I absolutely love that every single picture I get has some form of textured patterned background. Like, dude, it's cute as hell. And it's like, it's just, there's such life in her work. And it's just so pretty. And like, the way the palette was used. I love this, like, vignette, this vignetted border that's all the way around it that makes everything super light. Dude, it's adorable. It's fantastic work. I love it. So that is the... Dude, I got so many people yelling at me on Blue Sky. We'll talk about it later. That is the art share portion of the stream. If you wish to hang around, I'm going to work on Doodling. Next month, I will post one at the beginning of March. Next month. I have February's palette up on my Blue Sky, and it is there for the community to use. It is there for you guys to make pretty art. If you use February's palette, and you are okay with me rambling about how pretty your art is in March when I do March's compliment stream. Please tell me, either in the comments of your post or in just the text of your post, to save me time from bouncing around and commenting on every single person's post asking for permission. Hey! There's Bestie. I told you Bestie'd be here. You just did all the art complimenting, but now I'm gonna work on Thule. Did you have fun? I also need to turn my music on. So yeah, now is when I'm going to sit and I'm going to color. And now I'm doing the things that I refer to as one color drawings, because I am legitimately doing it with damn near one color. I made warm drink and I didn't drink a damn bit of it, and it's been an hour and a half. Bestie, I haven't had you here to, like, self-care clock my ass. You're good. Yeah, so now we're gonna work on Thule. And then when I get Thule done, I'm gonna work on Vodovesi. And then I'll be caught up on my one color doodles. For people who weren't here last week and or the week before, when I do my art streams, you are welcome to ask me questions. Last week I ended up dropping everything I was doing to explain a question. So, like, I was working on the husbands, but then I got asked how does lighting work, so I kind of stopped what I was doing, to explain that. So if you have questions, you are more than welcome to ask them. You also are welcome to, ask lore questions, because I also ended up dropping everything I was doing last week, because I got asked who one of my characters were and how I felt about fan art, and I was like, you picked the asshole. So I went into, like, a lore deep dive for, like, an hour and a half. So, yeah, right now we're working on one color doodles. These originally started as a way to just kind of chill my brain. And also because these originally started because I have what I call cheapy commissions open on Coffee right now. And they're sketch commissions that are surprise style, and they start at $5. And they're a pay what you want situation, and the more you pay me, the more I do. Bestie paid me for one of them, and I ended up being a one color doodle, and then I decided to just make it its own section. So if you would like your own one color doodle, they're available on Coffee for $20. Or if you would like a quickie sketch, they're on Coffee for $5. And I know I have been shamelessly pushing my commissions, but that is because I am disabled and have medical bills, and I forgot that my medical bills get really, really high at the beginning of the year because I haven't hit my deductible yet, and I have a high deductible insurance plan, so that means by the end of the year they'll pay for everything. Last year I didn't have a car payment. This year I have a car payment. So things kind of suck right now. But I would, speak of the devil, I would much rather work for the money, than just have it thrown at me. Um, and I also have reference packs on my coffee for like hand poses and textures and stuff. Um, I'm working on getting physical items up because I have a button maker and I used to sell buttons online, but I have to take good pictures of them and get all that set up, and I need to do inventory for what I still have because I used to sell buttons at Artist Alley, but alas, I don't know what my inventory is because I haven't touched it in a hot second because stuff happened, like dad dying, and getting divorced, and I haven't really got that part of my life working again yet. We're working on it though. And then also, if you're new to my channel, I stream games sometimes. We're currently working our way through Kingdom Hearts. Bestie, who Expression Bean was just here, but internet is fucking being internet again, has not experienced the Kingdom Hearts series. So, since, again, visually impaired and sucks at video games, at least Kingdom Hearts is hard. It can't be too hard. He started playing Birth by Sleep, and I'm very proud of him. I am playing Kingdom Hearts so he can experience the story. We have, played KH1, KH2, Chain of Memories. We played, Birth by Sleep. He's watched the movie for days. I gave him the movie for back cover. We tried to play Dream Drop Distance, but it spazzed out on my computer. So I gave him the cutscenes for it. And then when he gets through the cutscenes on Dream Drop Distance, we're gonna play KH3. We've also played Epic Mickey, and the VODs for those are up. If you want to watch me play any of those games, the VODs for those are up. If you have a game you would like me to play, please feel free to tell me here and or tell me on Blue Sky. And I will look into it. I have a bunch of games on the backlog that I am getting prepared to play. Tales of Vesperia is definitely on the list because it is my favorite game ever. So Bestie definitely needs to know who Yuri Lowell is. I wish I could get Abyss on my computer because Abyss is also a fantastic Tales game. And I have Final Fantasy X bought on Steam. I've played it, but Bestie needs to know who Orin is and know who the 10 gang is. I have 16 bought, and I have not played 16, so when we play 16, that'll be blind. I still haven't bought 15 for my computer yet. I've played 15. I have not played the Royal DLC. I played it when it came out. I played it before a lot of the glitches got fixed. 15 is one of my favorite Final Fantasies ever, and I sat there and sobbed like a little fucking baby when I beat it. It's a fucking ride. But the problem with playing 15 now is I don't have my ex-husband. So, admittedly, the only reason I beat Final Fantasy 15 was because my ex would take over for me when the really icky nasty snake bosses would show up because they animated those bastards way too fucking real, and I am terrified of snakes. Like, we'll start crying. So we're at this impasse right now of I really want Bestie to know the story of Final Fantasy 15, but that also means I have to do those myself. And that means you guys are basically gonna hear me freak out and cry on stream, in order to do that. So if that sounds like something you think would be fun, let me know, and maybe we'll conquer those fears. Because, that was my one problem with 15. They animated those bastards way too real. And I was not okay. I used to just freak out and, like, scream and then go hide and let my ex kill them for me. And that's also my other problem, too, because he used to play Alan Wake, and I bought it for Steam because I know most of the story because I'd watch him play it, but I never watched him play it all the way through. And I know it's really good, but I am a fucking wimp when it comes to horror games. And I remember I only played, like, the opening of Alan Wake, and it scared the shit out of me. So, like, if you're down to deal with me being an absolute baby on fucking stream and, like, freaking the fuck out and probably crying, I'll try to play that game for you guys, but I'm sure I will jump and scream and, like, freak the fuck out all the time. Because I am not good with horror. Just, like, I've never played 1 or 2, but I played Bioshock Infinite, and yeah, I did it on easy, because first-person shooters are not my thing, and I suck. That's the other problem with Alan Wake. You have to, like, aim, and I don't have an aim, and no. No. I got so scared playing that fucking game. It's such a good story, though. The problems. So, like, I don't know, I'd figure it out. And I bought, when they were on sale forever ago. Mind you, I've had all these games stashed for like a fucking year. So, like, once I got my fucking car last year, there was no such thing as money anymore. So I just did my taxes as fast as possible. Because we're trying to get this fucking car paid off. We're trying to get this car paid off. But then I forgot about medical bills, so that slapped me in the face this year. That they were like, hey, remember how you have, like, disabilities and medical ailments? You do now. I promise this will all make sense when it's done. Because we're on one layer right now. But for people who are new here, who do not know my streaming schedule, it is generally, not promised, generally 7 p.m. on Monday, and then sometime after 8:30 on Tuesday, because alas, like I said, I'm playing my games for Bestie to experience them, so I will wait for him to come home in order to play them. And he doesn't get home until after 8:30 on Tuesday, so, that's when we stream. We stream when Bestie comes home. Say, and for anybody who is not following me on Blue Sky, I recommend you do, because, I have a tendency to, like, ask questions and ramble a lot and post questions and, like, things like that. If you're not following me on Coffee, I also recommend you do, because I post polls and stuff. I post polls and stuff for like this for the like one color challenges. That I'll ask who do you guys want to see next. And Thule won the last one, and then the poll I did after it, Vodovesi won, which will be fun because she's yellow. Because that's the thing is I'm doing a one color, but at the same time I'm also only using colors from Thule's actual palette. So like that's what's right here. This is Thule's actual palette. And I'm not allowed to go outside of her palette. If it doesn't exist in Thule's palette, I can't use it. That's my rules that I've imposed upon myself. I know I'm like, those are the rules, but I fucking made the rules. Also, because I keep doing this, anybody who doesn't know, we're listening to Poets of the Fall. They're one of my all-time favorite bands. I listen to them constantly. They also don't yell at me about fucking copyright strikes, so we listen to Poets of the Fall a lot. But yeah, I have a bunch of stuff in my Steam library that I can play. I also have a bunch of games in my Steam library that I could play too, because one of the convention Discord groups I'm in put in a bot that gives you links to free stuff, like all the time. So like anytime games become free on Steam, that bot will post about it in the chat. So anytime there's a free game, no matter what it is, I'm like, fuck it, it's free, and I just put it in my library. I mean, it's free. Who doesn't like free shit if it's there? But yes, also, because if people didn't know, I run a Discord group for artsy people in, that is connected to both this account. If you go to my page and about, it should say, join the Discord, and that will take you to the Discord channel. There's a little bit of verification you have to do in order to join, just because we want to keep bots out. And we want to make sure people are reading the rules. But there's a little bit of verification you have to do in order to join, and then boom, you're in. It is all ages friendly, just so you're aware. So that means we do have kids in the chat, but they have to state that they're a child. And I know that does make some people uncomfortable, but this is supposed to be inclusive for everyone. So that's why there's a lot of topics that are banned, and we are anything that is considered like 18 plus is banned from the server, because we have kiddos in the chat. But you are welcome to join the server and yak at us. It is neurodivergent and disabled people friendly, just so you're aware. So we do require things like image descriptions when you post. So like alt text on Blue Sky, you gotta do that. We need that because one of the owners, aka Bestie, is literally blind. So you gotta do it. But it's a little, we're a quiet little community. We're a chill little chill little group of people. I like it. It's not a lot. It doesn't feel overwhelming. It's pretty chill. You can kind of just come in and talk as much as you want or don't want to. I'll say, and I I felt like I didn't do that much art last month, but then I put all my little, like, summary of the month together, and I was like, oh shit. I did more than I realized I did. Work just kicked my ass last month. It kicked my ass today. Boy, it kicked my ass today. So I just felt very exhausted. My brain's also wanted to write a lot more than it's wanted to draw, so I might be disappearing for a minute on Blue Sky and not posting art as much because I need to get some writing done because the OCs need to talk. And I just got a bunch of posts back from Bestie, so it's officially my turn. Especially on some ones that I've been waiting for. So I might have to do some writing. See? Okay, now is when I get to start playing around. She's dark light, isn't she? Thule, where are you? I've only drawn you once. Thule, I swear to God, where are you? There's your son. Thule. I know you guys see me draw a Symphonia like 24/7. Well, this is his mama. And with Thule's one color done, that means I will have completed a set because I've already drawn her husband and I've drawn her son. So putting them together, I will have the whole orange family. I say that, and Dad's yellow. We still call them Orange Family. Alright, I need that normal for right now. What color am I on? So yeah, that's what color I'm actually using. But I have the other layer on color burn, so that it'll burn against the, gradient. You're very welcome. Pop in whenever you feel like it. I'm glad you showed up. I appreciate you. Thank you for taking part in the palette challenge. I hope to see you do it again this month. But I appreciate you coming in. Thank you. And thank you for following. And then that I need to do. This is when I get to play around a little bit because I got to decide what color I want to use. Ooh, it makes it almost what I want. We're gonna see if I can't get Pet Thule done tonight. Then I can I can finish color in Emergency King. I have the one of Symphonia wearing a lopsided crown being fucking pissed about it, because he is the Emergency King. He fucking hates that shit, but then I can finish that one. In current state of the story, so current day, the Mysterikins that have survived are all currently living in Wonderland, and there are only 2 members of the royal family that are still alive. Symphonia and his nephew, Pilby. And unfortunately for Symphonia, the ceremony that is required to take the throne is called Path of the King, and that dance has to be danced twice. Pilvy's only danced it once. He's supposed to dance it a second time. So all the other Mystericans that are there are his soulbinds, and they all refuse to let their kid take the throne because he hasn't completed the ceremony. And Symphonia keeps being like, does it really matter? And they keep being like, you're a royal and you're saying this? Yes, it matters. So they won't let Pilvy take the throne, so that means in the meantime, before Pilvy can take the throne and become the rightful king, they need somebody in charge, and it has to be somebody of royal blood, so that means it's Symphonia. So they keep calling him their emergency king. Literally, like, they legitimately call him their emergency king, and he's really mad about it. He keeps being very much like, I'm not in fucking charge, and they're like, actually, you are. And he keeps being very like, I don't want to be in charge, and they keep being like, well, that sucks. So yeah, Symphonia's in charge. He fucking hates it. He does not want to be in charge. Silu keeps cracking jokes that means he's queen. And I mean, he's not totally wrong. He's not 100% wrong. That would make him married to the king. And then I gotta put that in too. Do I want to do it in screen? No. I don't know, doodle it in and then decide what color I want to put it in. Blending modes away. Overlay? No, I don't like that. That would make it have to come there. That works. Alright, we gotta put shadows in too. Finally! Finally, the bestie has arrived, right when I'm almost done with Thule. Right when I'm almost done with Thule, and I'm almost done, and I've talked about all the art, but you can listen to me, I've never been that fake for so long in my life. Was it bad? Not your vibe? Too many people? Dude, spill the tea. Tell me about it. Okay, I'm picturing. Spill the tea. Okay. Oh, fuck no. Oh, fuck no. Dude, it sounds fucking cringy as shit. That definitely sounds like a big oh fuck no. And you're way more religious than I am. That is a huge fuck no. Dude, right? Like, no. That's the kind of shit that makes me not religious. I was gonna say, on the bright side, Thule? She does love that. Her bonded kid. She does love that. She just said that's her bonded baby. Just so you know. She said she's keeping the purple one too. From the ancient days of 20... You mean fucking 3 years ago? Ancient days, my ass. I mean, fair. Touche. I'm not gonna lie, my little pen feels better in my hand now that the grippy's not ripped. Say, the grippy was starting to no longer, like, help. So I knew we were having a problem. Oh, I forgot I did that. Dude, even back then they were like... Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. And, well, and that's the thing. Oh no, we never listen. We never listen until they have to scream in our faces. They gotta get like really fucking loud for us to listen, which is still almost never. Come on. Come on. There she goes. Oh. Dude, are you kidding me? Every time I used to try to write Symphonia when he was new, he just wouldn't fight. He just fight. He just didn't want to talk. And no wonder, because he didn't want to be mean to the blue thing. There we are, making muses and not fucking listening to them. I don't know if I'm gonna like this or not, but we're gonna find out. That's what an undo button is for. Ta-da! And her hair looks... Oh, she looks very bed. Hold on. The color on my monitor that I'm drawing on is different than the color on the monitor that I post on. So right now everything is very red. The monitor that I draw on is lighter than the monitor that I color on. Well, right now I'm staring at at Streamlabs to kind of tint adjust. It's better. I will, in a minute, when she's done. I'll put her right next to her son and her hubby. And maybe even their bonus leopard. He's important. You can't forget Leopard. He's part of the family too. Even if he's fucking awkward about it. He doesn't want to impose. Jones's version of hell would be a meeting where he has to tell people his name and a fun fact about himself, and once he does, he can leave. But dude, a fun fact is so easy. Especially if he's sitting next to Tiger. All he has to do is be like, I'm Tulta, and I'm the reason that thing's not dead. Oh. He doesn't want to be perceived, but in a very different way from Sade. There we go. And I hate taking up space as opposed to Sade being actually shy. Well, I mean, his parents didn't really fucking help with that. Ta-da! Toolie's done. My signature gets worse every year. That's one thing that I think is funny, is that you can't read my signature anymore. Just like my daddy intended, because dad's was the same damn way. Say, hold on. Because I did Toolies like this on purpose. Because that way, she's facing her hubby. I made it so they're facing each other. Ah! Yeah, I made it so that they're facing each other. We'll say, and also, do you see how much her son looks like her? Yes, he looks like his papa, but he also looks like his mama. He looks... We'll see here. We'll do this. Do you see this? He looks like both his parents, like, so much. It's not even funny. Like, if you look at him next to... Exactly, both at once. Tulta, how are you doing? Tulta, how you faring, buddy? Because he looks almost identical to Shoki, but he looks almost identical to Tuli. Tulta has major depressive disorder. I know he's struggling. But the next one we get to do is Vodavesi. And I haven't even decided what pose I want to put her in. Everyone else has been a little easier because my brain tells me who I want them to look at. So like Tulta was made to be looking toward Shoki. Shoki was made to be looking either back at Tuli or back at Tulta. You want a bestie set? Because I drew Symphonia to be definitely looking at Silu. But Silu keeps bombing out polls. Silu does not win polls. But Octave slammed that shit, which confuses the fuck out of me. But then I tried to put up Stronglass to match with Octave, and Cat just fucking bombed the fuck out. To be fair, Symphonia didn't win a poll either. I just did Symphonia because it's Symphonia. But everybody else has won a poll. So yeah, Vodavesi. Vodavesi beat out Vaudio, Veer, and Aurinko. See, the thing is with, the cats, is I was gonna do the rest of them not by orange, but by the color of their eyes. So, like, Sulim I was gonna do in blue. I was gonna do them all by the color of their eyes. So then when you line them up, you can see the fade from blue to orange. He got quite a few votes, though. Veer did get more than I expected. But Vodavesi just kind of came in and fucking wrecked shit. Vaudio keeps almost winning. Aurinko has almost won once. And then he keeps bombing out. Now he's been bombing out ever since. Um, Silu did really good in the poll that Orinko almost won. They both actually almost won that poll. But, then Tulsa just, like, beat them out of nowhere. And once I explained who Shoki was as a person, like, I did a little mini thread of, like, this is who Shoki is, then Shoki just fucking wrecked that shit. It's like, and Amun obviously got done first because you paid me for that. But now we can work on something else. We're gonna work on Emergency King. I was explaining the lore of Emergency King. This man is so pissed. I can't put into words how pissed this man is. Kitty mad. Well, you will be pleased to know that my intention for this month's palette is Beast. Last month in January I did a Rinko. This month is almost all pink. So my intention is to see how close I can get it to make a Rinko's actual palette. And then March is a bunch of greens. I haven't decided. So you're like, I get Beast this month! Yes, my intention is to use the palette to do Amun Koito. Can I also just say that of like all my Mystericans, his name is one of my favorite to say because it feels good in my mouth when I say it. I don't know if that makes sense. But like, I just like his name. I also like saying Symphonia's name, though, because if I actually say it with a true accent, the way I'm supposed to say it, it also feels good in my mouth to say it. Because it's Citrini Sinfonia, and I roll it a lot. That's how you're supposed to say it. I know I say Sinfonia all the time, but it's actually Citrini Sinfonia, and you're supposed to roll it a lot. Symphonia's name actually rolls. Yes, he's just a simple Mrao. He's just a simple Mrao who's mad and doesn't want to be fucking king. He says he's not asking a lot and that he's not in fucking charge. Kitty's so mad. I also want to point out, because I haven't talked about it on Blue Sky, but can I just say that, like, doing the small slit in his eye is this is one of the best ones I've done yet to draw that slit. Like, I was upset when I first got the line art done and I didn't have him colored in, but once I got it colored in, I'm like, this is one of his best sets of eyes. I am in love with his eyes. Well, yes, but Silu's in love with his eyes because he thinks Kitty's eyes are pretty. So, I mean, that's different. I'm also not gonna lie. One of the other Mysterican names that's really fun to say, for me, that, like, it feels good in my mouth is Orinko. Because if I say it with the accent like I'm supposed to, and I just don't say Orinko, because that's not what it is, it's not Orinko, it's Orinko, And like, even though his first name is a fucking mouthful, it's still fun to say for me. Um, it just feels good in my mouth to say it. Um, I mean, I don't know though. It might just be normal to him. Well, no. Grumpiest little son is because you tried to take his fucking brother again, so he kicked you in the shin and took his brother back and ran away. Um, trying to decide what we're gonna work on tomorrow if I get this done. Maybe the boys. Maybe we'll work on Dip the Blue. Or we'll see if I have Vodavesi started by then. Vodavesi is also really fun to say. I've also, like, got on myself lately that I need to actually draw, um, a profile for Cristali. Because I drew her in a half body and just never touched her again. Because a cat took over my brain. Sorry. I mean, don't get me wrong, Orinko's full name is pretty fucking long. But, like, to them, it might just be fucking normal. Like, just not fucking think about it. I mean, it's not quite as long, but look at how long fucking Puff's name is. And he's just like, whatever, that's my name. Hey, to be fair, I think the way his first name is said is also really fun to say and also feels good in my mouth. Um, and I think sounds way fucking cooler. Um, dude, the same. I'm so fond of Tati and Valo. I mean, yes, saying it, but also Valo. History man. I hear if you talk about him too much, he'll appear. He'll just summon himself. Um. Oh look, see there he is. He showed up. He was summoned. He wants to know if you've practiced your Windarian lesson. I mean, he's valid. Hey, luckily for him, his kitty got pretty good at reading Wonderlandian. He can ask Kitty. Kitty's not quite Valo, but he's pretty fucking close. Well, that reminds me of that Drabble I was gonna write, and then I didn't do it because I forgot about it because it left my brain. I need to do that. I was gonna write some, pre-Kitty getting found stuck out in Wonderland by himself Drabbles. I'm not sure that Silu's going to be thrilled about him because some of them involve Cat getting hurt. He should be okay. He just got cat mane all silky and shiny again. I mean, grumpiest little shark is better than attack otter. He hates when orange medical emerge. Unfortunately, he's gonna have those for the rest of his life. Well, yes, because that's his fucking kid. And for Silu, it's orange medical emergency and it's scary and he doesn't know what to do and he doesn't really understand what's happening. For Tulta, it's fucking scary and it's a medical emergency and it's his kid, but he knows exactly what's happening, and how to fix it. So it's still fucking scary. Oh, yeah. And Green has a lot of medical emergencies, too. Oof. To be fair, Veer's gone through some fucking shit. I'm so glad you decided to, like, reverse the decision on him dying with the planet. I'm so glad that Veer got to, like, figure it the fuck out. They needed him. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. Orinko is one that fucks with me. Orinko messes with me. I really want to figure out a way to, like, fix the Orinko thing. But at the same time, my brain's like, you can't. And at the same time, it's like, but can I? But, we can do it! Because my brain, I'm not gonna lie, I was at work and I was thinking about the Orinko thing. And then my brain said, how fucking insane would it be if, this entire time Tyvis thought Orinko was dead because his ring is cracked, but his ring is cracked because it cracked in the fall. Like, it cracked in the literal fall, so when he hit ground, it cracked. So it's not because Orinko is quote-unquote dead, it's because it got legitimately damaged. So he thinks his leash is dead, but Orinko's out there just fucking doing Orinko things. Because every time I think about the concept of, like, Orinko surviving, Puffle loses his goddamn mind. Like, that is the ugliest cry I've ever seen Puffle, like, collapse to. He just loses his little Puffle mind. Orinko just out there, being fucking Orinko. And to be fair, you keep saying Orinko just out there, somehow just missing any of the Earl's fucking henchmen, but you also have to remember the man can breathe paralysis. That, like, Orinko exhales and you're fucking paralyzed. Bye, bitch. And that's what I'm thinking too, that he's just out there, like, making fucking friends with people, just being Orinko, being his fucking sunshiny ass self. And everyone's just like, damn, this guy's great. And I'm not gonna lie, Symphonia is in my brain being like, please fucking do it. One, not just because I need my goddamn brother, but also because I'm not in fucking charge. But I'm not gonna lie too, the one that definitely has to get, like, fixed somehow but can't be reversed, the one that really also kind of fucks with me sometimes, is, Vario. Vario is just hard. Well, yes. The Uzva thing. But Uzva is complicated. Listen to me! Grip you by the shoulders! Uzva is complicated. Uzva has to be a revival. So, like, unfortunately, I did, because it felt weird. And I just kind of, like, I was in a weird spot it was a weird mentality spot of that when I was writing that AU. Because, like, everything was weird and fresh and, like, awkward. And I didn't feel like it was also my best writing. It felt like I was spite writing. If that makes sense. I didn't feel like it was, like, inspired, but more spiteful. So, like, I want to write it from a place. See, and the thing is, too, is I'm kind of glad that I did drop it. Because, hear me out, when I dropped the AU, when I was writing it, Symphonia was considered dead. So, like, that's a big difference. That's a huge difference. When we were originally figuring out that AU with Uzva, none of Uzva's binds were alive. But now, Kitty. And that changes everything. So, like, my brain wants to revisit it, but at the same time, it also wants to, like, rework it. Because that also means with that AU, when the boys would go fetch Silu, it's highly likely that they'd either get Silu and then find Sinfonia, or they would find Sinfonia and go get Silu. But either way, the four of them would still be together. Because quite frankly, now that I have it all like more worked out in my brain, I can see the fight between the boys halting because Sinfonia finds them and just gets in the fucking middle of it. Like, he can't find his fucking husband, but he sure as fuck found his nephew. And somehow his other nephew? So, like, we both know he'd get in the fucking middle of that shit. He'd have his breakdown afterwards, but, like, you know he'd be in the fucking middle of that shit. But I also feel like if Symphonia was present for that situation, just yelling Uzva's name would be enough to make that man freeze. Absolutely. If he heard Symphonia, he'd lock up. Because, like, we both know how much Symphonia meant to Uzva. So if he suddenly heard his voice yelling at him, that's enough. Boom. He's locked in place. And it does not matter how much Chaos has tried to, like, corrupt him. I think Symphonia would have been the one. But I think Symphonia would have been the one who would have been able to, like, snap him and break that spell. And have him, like, snap back to normal. Okay. We got a little bit further on this one. I mean, you know, but, okay, it's 9:40. I think I'm gonna get off streaming. I'm still gonna be online, but I'm gonna get off streaming. For now. Because I'm not gonna lie, focusing on art is very exhausting, and I am so fucking tired. Mom put a pain patch on my back right before I started streaming. I need to take more pain meds. And I took a nap today, but it did not work because the cat wouldn't leave me alone. So I'm gonna get off streaming for now. We will stream again tomorrow. Yeah, it's a Tiger Balm one, so it's like kind of doing the thing. Yes, I will stretch my hands. And, yeah, we will stream again tomorrow. Whenever you come home, just yell at me. But I appreciate everybody who showed up and hung out, and there were so many people here, and it was very exciting. Yeah. And we got... How many people followed today? 3 people followed today, so badass. That was awesome for that. Thanks, guys. I will see you... Yeah, actually, most people stayed for a hot minute. We had it up to, like, 10 for a minute there. It was crazy. But yeah, I'm gonna get off, and I appreciate everyone coming and hanging out. I will be back tomorrow, sometime after 8:30.